The sound of her laughter floated through the hallway, light and effortless, but it hit me like a blow. My chest tightened. I had never heard it that way before. Not in the quiet of our home. Not with the softness reserved for me. The note of something unfamiliar lingered, sharp, like a knife's edge. I froze, clutching the letter she had left on the kitchen counter. Her work trip, excuse sprawled in neat handwriting. The air smelled faintly of her perfume, too sweet, too deliberate. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. A dinner with colleagues, a friend's visit. Rationalizations came too easily at first. I had seen the small signs. The whispered phone call she quickly silenced, the distracted smiles, the distant eyes. But I had buried them under love, under years of shared mornings and quiet nights. Love was supposed to protect us from doubt, wasn't it? The first undeniable crack appeared that evening. I returned home early. The city lights blurred behind rain-streaked glass, and there she was on our couch, caught mid-laughter, his hand brushing hers in a way it never touched mine. The shock was visceral. My heart slammed against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat I couldn't quiet. My voice caught in my throat before I managed a weak, "Who's there?" They froze, a tableau of innocence shattered. Her eyes, wide and panicked, met mine, but there was no room for the lies I had once trusted. His face, a stranger to our living room, radiated a calm arrogance that made my blood boil. She stammered, fumbling for words that fell flat. I left without speaking. My mind was a storm of betrayal, confusion, anger, and disbelief. Every memory replayed itself in sharp fragments. The way she smiled when she thought no one watched, the subtle messages she had brushed off as jokes, the nights she claimed exhaustion while something darker unfolded. The love I thought was ours felt like a fragile relic, now shattered beyond repair. Days passed in a fog. I watched her from across the room, dissecting every gesture, every word, searching for a clue I might have missed. She confessed in fits and starts, her voice trembling with guilt and desperation. She claimed loneliness, dissatisfaction, a hunger she said I couldn't satisfy. I wanted to scream, to ask how years of shared life could be erased by a moment of desire, but my voice caught in the hollow of my chest. Anger came in waves, sharp, unforgiving, scorching. Yet, alongside it, a sorrow deeper than any grief I had known. The betrayal wasn't just an act. It was a rupture of trust, a fracture in the foundation we had built together. I questioned myself, our past, the very essence of love. Could I have seen it sooner? Should I have? Then came the confrontation. Not in the heat of discovery, but in the slow, deliberate collision of truths. I sat across from her at our dining table, the rain tapping against the windows, and laid bare every observation, every suspicion, every heartbreak. Her silence was a confession heavier than words, and I realized that love could not mend this. Not now, not ever. The finality hit when I packed my belongings. Her tears fell silently, a mirror of my own. The house, once filled with warmth and laughter, felt hollow, haunted by the shadow of what had been. I walked out, leaving behind the echo of her betrayal, the scent of her perfume, and the memory of hands that belonged to someone else. Love, I learned, could be both a sanctuary and a weapon. And some betrayals were not meant to be forgiven. They were meant to be survived.